All right, guys, Captain Paul here today, and today I have Ella with me. This is my son's puppy, and we wanted her to make one of the YouTube videos. What do you think, Ella? Huh? Are you going to come down and join us on the boat one day? Anyway, guys, what I want to talk about today is, 911 video, one of my 911 videos. If you don't want to buy a boat, do a survey on it. And that's what I really want to talk about, because I got lots of boats and surveys right now. And some of these surveys aren't going so well. So if you are serious about buying a boat and you don't want to know what's wrong with it, then don't do a survey on it. A lot of us, including me, I bought Southern Estate and I did not do a survey on it. Mike bought Blue Max, he did not do a survey on it. Harold bought his 42-foot Bristol trawler, did not do a survey on it. And the problem is, after doing several surveys and looking at a bunch of boats, you just get tired of it one day and you say, hey, I've had enough. I don't really care what's wrong with the boat. I'm just buying it. And that's once in a while you'll reach that point. But to you new buyers out there, because Ron just finished his survey on a 39-foot main ship and it didn't go so well. But the big problem was, from the very beginning, when we did our sea trial, it had a bad vibration in it, and that shouldn't be there. So it's really hard to negotiate on a boat right there, because that's a hard pass right there. Like the owner of the boat needs to pay to have that vibration taken out of the boat, or Ron needs to move on to another boat. But now Ron's already got several thousands of dollars tied up into this boat. So, who wins and who loses? Because a lot of these times, like I've told you several times before, you're buying the old, the seller's emotions, and then you have the emotion because you have your dreams of doing America's Great Loop and all that stuff. And sometimes you'll do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. And buying a boat with a vibration in it is not the right thing to do. I can promise you that. And that's why we do these surveys, is to find these things out. A good surveyor is going to give you 15 to 20 reasons why not to buy any boat. But when you buy the boat, I got a phone call even today, and they're saying we haven't even paid for the boat yet. We haven't even done anything yet. We're just insurance, survey, this, that. I'm already out, well over $10,000. And I said, yeah, that's welcome to boating. That's what this, the new boating life is, and especially if you're going to go through that whole process of surveying and all that other stuff. So finding a really good boat is very, very difficult in this market. And then, getting it through a survey, because another thing about the survey, everything that marks out on that survey has to be repaired for you to get insurance on it. So you got to remember that too. So just about every boat I've ever surveyed, including Southern Estate, all of the fire extinguishers are outdated. The fire suppression system in the engine room is outdated. And when you guys are looking at boats, when you're looking at the brokers, ask those questions. When was the last time the fire buoy was serviced? When was the last time the fire extinguishers, are they expired or not? Does it have flares on it that are up to date? What about the life preservers? The safety lights, all that stuff. You can just check those things right off on the question. You got a pretty good idea if you look inside your engine room and you don't see a lot of rust down there, and you see a pretty well maintained engine room, and then you see like the fire extinguishers are not expired, the flares are not expired. That's a pretty good sign that you got something decent. You had an owner that took pride and respect to keep those things up and keep the boat up. Because boat ownership, you can look at the price of the boat, then you look at the price of the maintenance, and then the upkeep on it and stuff like that. And if you really count that, it's very, very difficult to count that. The money that we spend, this year I probably, just my fire extinguishers and my fire buoy were over $500 to get those up to date. So you just got to think about that type of stuff when you guys are out there looking. Anyway, another survey that didn't go. I'm getting ready to leave here. I'm leaving Phoenix, and then I'm going to go do a survey on a boat, and I'm hoping that it goes better than the 39 main ship. But if it doesn't, we'll adjust as we go through the survey. And I would never tell anybody to buy a boat without doing a survey. I think it's, I don't think it's suicide, but I think you better know what you're doing and know what you're looking at if you ever do attempt make a move like that, like I did, like Harold did, like Mike did. There's a lot of us that buy these boats without surveys because you just get tired of putting all that money out, because it's literally thousands of dollars. You can have $20,000 out and never have bought a boat. And that's just doing surveys and using all those excuses that the survey gives you not to buy the boat. You just got to know, like for me, it's the big issues, like moisture in the stringers. That can be dealt with. And if you're but it's like a huge red flag. Rust inside the engine room, salt water inside a transmission. These are all, stuff that I don't want to see on my survey. Am I going to get back perfect engine oil samples? Am I going to get back perfect transmission samples? No, I mean, there could be a little iron because, your cooler needs to be replaced or something like that. And if you're scared of stuff like that, don't get involved in it. Don't get into the market of buying a used boat. Even buying a new boat. If you could do a survey on a brand new boat, and that surveyor could come up with 10 to 15 to 20 reasons. And then when I'm looking at, this is me personally, when I'm looking at a boat, the couple things that I'm really looking for, then especially for you guys, your first time buyers here. If I'm looking at a boat, let's just go back 20 years, and I'm looking at a 2000, just right at that 2000 mark. So it's a 25-year-old boat. The electronics back in 2000, I look at that and I say, wow, it's got old, dated electronics. The guy's asking full price for the boat. His engine room looks like shit. And that might be enough for me. That might be enough red flags right there for me to just even stop and say, you know what, I'm not going to look at this boat. But now let's look at that same boat again. And now let's say it's got updated electronics on, let's say 2022. Engine room looks clean. The price is priced right there at that buck value, maybe even a few $1,000s more. Then that's the boat I'm going to look at. I'm not going to look at the boat when I pull the buck value, and I'm going to use a nice round figure here of $100,000. And so the guy's asking $102,000. It's got dated electronics on it. Everything on the boat, nothing looks, like modern. The canvas is a little clouded. This is done. It's just so much money. I can't stress it enough to you guys to tell you that when you start one of these boats, especially one of these 20, 30, 40-year-old trawlers, the projects are going to build very fast and the money's going to go very, very, very fast. And so, and the more work that you can do, the better it is. Now, like I want to use Steve on the $1 Million Bayliner because that's a boat that we picked up right under $80,000, and it was for a 4788 Bayliner. But it still needed, quite a bit of work. And Steve was, he could have bought this boat, which he did, and then tackled it. And he knows the boat inside and out, but he's the type of guy, he owns a construction company. He is able to go in there. He's able to pull the turbo off and take it and get it repaired, and being able to pull the aftercoolers, adjust the valves, clean the engine room up, put the new air conditioner on, put the new air conditioners in, install the new toilets. And he's capable of doing all of this work. And when he does that, he's creating value in the boat. He's creating equity in the boat, but also he's learning the boat. He's learning the inside, the guts of the boat. And then he bought this boat knowing that, this is a boat that, has $130,000, $40,000 buck on it. He picks it up for $80,000, but it needs all of that work to get it up. Some of the electronics are dated. I think that one actually had good electronics on it. But some of the stuff on it's dated. It doesn't have a running generator. So he has to go out. He bought a brand new generator for the thing, and I think it was like $18,000 for that generator, that alone. So yeah, start adding that up. It all adds up very, very quickly. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that just After you found your boat and after you've committed to doing a survey on the boat, you know, it's not going to go perfect for you, and you're going to have to, you know, kick back, say, you know, am I getting what I need here? You know, am I doing the America's Great Loop? Am I doing the Bahamas? And then how much work it's going to be to get that boat ready to make those kind of commitments and stuff like that. And so what I'm saying is, you know, be careful out there. Be careful what you survey, because the more homework you do before the survey, maybe it'll save you some money from just looking, because a lot of this information you get online. You know, you look at the boat, you can ask questions, you know, and look at the electronic package, look at the engine room, and look at all these, you know, there's telltale signs of stuff that you just don't even want to mess with. Anyway, anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Remember, live life with no regrets. I do. And it's not all bad. You know, you're going to get, you know, you get what you pay for these days. And if you let somebody take advantage of you, you're going to probably get the advantage you're going to get taken advantage of. Anyway, peace out. Remember, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye.